Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the MoveOTX channel today. Today we are on our way to Pinnacles National Park in California. So we're making our way on Highway 101 southbound, and we're going to take Route 25 southeast, take that for a bit, and head on into Pinnacles National Park east entrance. Weather, as you can tell, outstanding. This is the best time of the year to go camping. The kids are kind of in school, so it's not peak tourist season anymore, and the weather's still warm. It's supposed to be in the upper 80s and mid 50s tonight. So we are rocking. So we're going to do a day hike, set up a base camp at the tent sites, and that is our weekend. So thanks for tuning in with me, guys. We are on our way. So this here is the main visitor center for the east half of the park. There's another one of these little stores basically over on the west side entrance as well. But this is where you go to get your soda pop and your snacks and beef jerky, as well as camp guide maps, as well as sign in there at the desk for your check-in for your RV or your campsite. But they basically have pretty much everything you would need here to have a very comfortable camping weekend in the park. So one of the best stocked general stores that I've ever seen at a campsite. Of course, everything costs a premium being on location, but still. So we've got our parking permits for overnight camp parking, and we're kind of doing the drive on in to some of the trailheads. You can actually hike it, or basically hike it along the roadside, or kind of drive on in and park on the roadside. So we're kind of doing that, and we're gonna merge in with one of the trailheads. So here is just some great sunroof video footage that I wanted to capture on the drive-in. So I know a lot of you guys are hardcore adrenaline junkies and adventure seekers, but not everybody is, and you don't have to be to thoroughly and truthfully enjoy the outdoors. I mean, however mobile you are, go for it. I mean, if a vehicle road trip is the best way for you to experience this, then by all means go for it. Not everybody is able-bodied, myself included, and that's not really what the outdoors is about. The outdoors is just about being in it, however possible. So we're coming to the trailhead area, and the rangers are slowing us down for the parking lot.
Huh. I can remember them being like 11 years old and despairing of whatever.
Yep. Seems like just yesterday, huh? So there's a lot of rock climbing enthusiasts throughout the park. That's one of the main attractions to Pinnacles National. So this is a fairly moderate uphill climb up from the trailhead through the caves and up to the small lake area. I wouldn't really consider it a huge...
Barely afternoon, but it's afternoon.
Early afternoon, yeah. Leg burner, so to speak. But, if you're a trail runner, yeah, it might be, depending on your pace, of course. So we took it really slow. We had a lot of young scouts with us, and the idea was to get there and enjoy the scenery along the way, and that's how I like to do most of my hikes. So we're right along the San Andreas Fault, my understanding. So that's how these rock formations formed over millions of years. So I think the caves here also serve as kind of like a drainage basin for the area. So we're going to approach up towards the lake area with a small dammed off area with a concrete dam. And I'm not sure why they built that. I don't know, maybe hundreds of years ago, 100 years ago, or whenever it was built. But at some point, they dammed up the creek that ran through here and created a small lake. But it also opened up these caves as well. So during rainy seasons, the caves do have free-flowing streams through them. And you'll get wet, definitely. You'll get your feet wet at least. So we did this hike. I did this hike maybe 3 or 4 years ago in April, and it was sprinkling and actually raining pretty heavily that week that I was here. So different dynamic altogether. Once a little bit of rain falls, everything really changes. Your footing, visibility, that kind of thing. So I was trying to figure out how to best situate my camera for these darker sections of trail. I forgot my headlamp. I don't know why, but I didn't have a headlamp with me. Yeah, I was just gonna say there's actually still water. They're like last time I was here. This was it was more in the spring, early spring, and this place was just hopping with little frogs.
I haven't seen that, but I've seen it where you're like wading through the water back there early.
Yeah. So this is lighting provided by my cell phone camera, cell phone flashlight. So I should have brought a headlamp with me, but I forgot. But this turned out okay. I apologize for the graininess of some of the video here, but it's pretty dark in there, and my camera struggles in low light conditions. So I mentioned earlier, here in early September, it's not really the peak travel season. So yeah, there's a lot of people out on the trails today, but during like spring break and which really crowded, it can get really crowded in these caves as well. So not so today. So you can't tell from the picture, but you can definitely tell from the audio. I'm climbing these stairs very awkwardly. So I've got my camera in one hand and my cell phone / flashlight in the other. I'm not really holding on the handrail, and I'm just kind of mechanically, robotically, I guess, climbing up these stairs, making sure I have very clear footing. Because just a little stumble here and there, and I smacked my camera into the ground, or my phone as well. So that's why you're kind of hearing these weird, thunderous footsteps. Making my way. So this part here is really fun in the rain. When it's raining, I mean, just water is just kind of streaming down the rocks and pouring down on you, and you're doing what you can to stay dry, but there's really nothing you can do about it. So this is kind of what I was talking about earlier. I think all the rainwater runoff, it just drains through this cave structure during the rainy seasons, and I think that's partially how this cave may have been formed. So yeah, this cave system, there's a top half to it that's closed most of the time year-round because of bat colony, I guess, migrations, and that was definitely the case here today. One of these days when I'm here, they'll open that up, and I'm just dying to see what's up in there besides bats. Okay, making progress. I'm coming. I'm coming, dudes. We're good? Go, go, go. Boys always on the go.
I always forget Chuck Clarence when wearing a hat.
That thing, yeah.
One of them.
Yeah.
That was by wanting.
The question is the ceiling getting lower every year, or are we getting older?
Are we getting taller?
Or are we getting taller? Yeah, right.
I don't think it's us who's getting taller.
So it's still pretty much an uphill trek up to that main water source, which we're almost at. So it was also pretty warm here this day. It was about maybe mid 90s, low to mid 90s Fahrenheit. So if you guys want to visit the park, absolutely make sure you have plenty of water. Carry more water than you think you'll need. I say that to these boys, and inevitably there's always somebody who just doesn't get it. I mean, it seems so simple to me. Everywhere you go out on a trail, have more than enough water. For me, that's a good 2 to 3 liters. Any climbers? No? Not here?
Indoor, you know, with the fan and the air conditioning. What do you love it? Did you do the climbing that time?
He did it a couple years ago. Okay. He really liked that. Oh, yeah. Well, I can imagine it. Yeah. There's no plastic holes. I can imagine doing scuba with him, but rock climbing is I'll dive.
So down we go into some more caves. So there's another series of caves on the northwestern half of the park that we couldn't get to here. So they're kind of separated by quite a bit. You could day hike it and do a loop and hit both of them. If you get an early enough start and do a steady pace. You alright? Yeah. Okay. Hey, I'm in no hurry.
I heard you doing that.
It's easier just to sit down and slide.
Nice.
I'm gonna fall anyways. I may as well slide my way down. I'm glad you had the smarts to bring a headlamp. Hey, more water. Look at that. It's not drought season yet.
Excuse me?
Mm-hmm. Hello. Getting good shots? Okay, cool. Keep going. Okay, come on in. You better hurry up. They're gone. Go. Yeah. Okay.
Go down for Albert.
Whoops, here, let me back up. Here, I'll just lean against the rock. Oh gosh. Squeeze on through. Ah, and we're just about at the lake. That's a really cool shot. One more flight of stairs. I'm coming down. Ooh, this rail is hot. Ouch. And it's not even a hot day today. Nope, I can hear them. The farther up I go, the more I can hear them. Oh. Honeybees swarming around the water. That's kind of cool. I don't believe there's a hive there. And I believe we're coming up to the lake. Wow, look at that. Hey, it's pretty full too. So this is that dam structure that I was talking about earlier. I'm not sure why they decided to dam this up. I guess maybe to kind of restrict the drainage and the water flow through those caves and kind of open those caves to hike trails and foot traffic. But it creates this nice little lake/pond area. A lot of frogs over here and water snakes. Pretty cool. We stopped off there and had our brown bag lunches for the early afternoon.
Good, you guys.
Really pretty this time of year. So I would imagine before building this dam, all that water just drains out into those caves and flows through. So now that we've come up and out of the cave areas, it's still a pretty uphill, I guess moderate uphill climb here. Up and out. I guess we could have gone back through the caves, but I think this is a really, really great part of the hike as well. You kind of come up and crest over and end up on a segment of trail that kind of looks down into the valley below, and you got some really great views and some awesome rock structures, rock formations that have just been pushed up and split apart over the years along the San Andreas here. So it's pretty hot up here too. Central California heat is completely different than warm weather towards the western half of the state, and certainly along the coastline, but even towards the middle western areas of the states. So the Central Valley California heat, it's intense. So I mean, a moderately cool day in the low 90s, you can just start sweating like crazy. So always come out here with plenty of water and sunscreen if you need it, and of course a hat. So at this point in the hike, we've managed to climb up and out of course, the cave areas, and actually towards the right there, we're actually looking down on the cave areas that we came up. So this is a spectacular part of the hike, just because you got some great views, kind of looking across into the valley, kind of westward and around. So really, really nice. Trying to identify some animal droppings.
Omnivores out here. Raccoons. There's no fur. There's no traces of fur in there. It's all over the place. There's another one.
Yeah.
But it was pretty hot on this section of the trail. So it was a fairly warm day, maybe low 90s, maybe mid 90s. And Central California heat is really unlike any other. So on the west coast anyways. It's not really humid, but it's really dry heat. And if you sweat a lot, you need to make sure you stay hydrated and all that. Some great views though. So this trip was kind of different. This trek was a little different because I didn't see anybody trail running these trails. I mean, we almost always encounter some trail runners at some point, but not really today. So it was kind of warm and it was late in the day too, so maybe that's why.
Wow, what a view, huh? Unreal.
So now we've kind of dropped down off that ledge area and we're dropping back down into kind of the cave areas. There's some rock climb sites.
That breeze feels good.
And yeah, the breeze is picking up here a little bit.
Trap. Climber access to the top.
I think it's because it's a little bit more shaded and just for whatever reason there's a little bit breezier down in here. So we're kind of dropping back down now and getting closer to the campsite.
Good morning, everyone. Had a great night's sleep last night. Waking up bright and early. Let's see what time it is. It is about 7:15. Getting up, get breakfast ready. Got all my gear stowed away. Comfortably. Slept really well last night. A little bit very comfortable. All right. Don't really want to get up. Just want to lie here where it's warm. Camp is up.
So, you know.
Sausage is going. Coffee, jet boil. We've got hot chocolate. We're rocking. Food was kept safe. No raccoons intruded.
One over here.
Uh-oh. Yikes, yikes, yikes. There we go. Hey, Don. Your water's ready. got that on film.
Is it off?
Yeah, it's off. It's off. It's got bagels and lox, grapes, fresh fruit. What else we got? Apples, orange juice.
Maybe I should make
Some scones, full spread. Over here, finished our coffee. We got eggs, bacon, sausage. Quesadilla? Oh wow, got quesadillas going too.
Once these guys are done with the eggs.
Woo-wee! Okay. So this is my Geartop trekking pole tent.
you guys have seen a video on this. I've done an extensive review of this. Been a great tent for me so far. Although I haven't had it out in heavy rains yet. So concern point number one would be just how long this zipper is. You can see there's a stress point here, which I try to de-stress by shifting my tops of my trekking poles around a bit. And I have not had this out in heavy rains yet. This has strictly been a summer backpacking rig for me. So got it staked out pretty well. Let's take a quick look inside so I can fit all my gear comfortably inside, on the sides, my mess kit, jet boil, various camp stuff. Throw that on the sides. Those usually go down by my feet. Just like that, mess kit there. So I prop up my pillow in the head part of my sleeping area with my backpack. Just like that, so the backpack goes inside the tent with me. Fits very nicely. Just like that. As a side sleeper, this is very, very comfortable. It looks probably a bit extreme, but again, as a side sleeper, it really supports my head and neck very well. Yeah, getting some morning sun. Rain flies dry today. It was pretty warm last night, so not too bad. Yeah, the other trick I do is, in addition to the Thermarest, I have a Neo Air underneath. And in non-rain conditions, I put the Neo Air underneath the tent floor. Gives it a little more protection from tears and punctures. But if it's raining and muddy and sloshy, this will go inside the tent with me. Yeah, works pretty well. 2 doors, 1 door here, 1 door over there. Nice. Okay, so I got to take down now, get ready to pack out.
Thanks for tuning in with me today, guys, on our adventure through Pinnacles National Park. We had a great camp, a great cookout, a great breakfast. I had no problems with any of my gear this trip. Everything worked really great. I pitched my tent in between 2 medium-sized redwood trees, and that was nice because the earth was really soft and really well shaded from the sun. But I guess this time of year there's tons of tree sap everywhere, so luckily I only got a couple blobs of it, and I should be able to clean it off pretty easily from my various pieces of gear. So that's kind of annoying. If you have any like olive oil or cooking oil, I use actually mayonnaise from my lunch kit, and I soaked a paper towel with mayonnaise and made like a hand wipe with a paper towel, and I wiped it off that way, and that worked really well. So anyhow, thanks again, guys, for tuning in. We're just doing a little drive on out of the park. This is Route 25 towards Hollister. And I will catch you guys later on the next adventure. Stay safe out there, everyone. Enjoy the outdoors, and I'll catch you later.